Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? And it's Friday, which means it's the request day. Now if you've got any maps you'd like to request, you can stick them down in the comments below, or you can tweet me or Facebook Messenger me, whatever, any routes that you'd like down in the description below. Right, this one got 50% of the BonBonBuddy vote over on Patreon, so thank you very much for voting this one in, guys. But before we crack on with that, as it's Friday, the other thing we do on a Friday at 6 o'clock UK time is we play a little bit of Transport Fever. It's Friday Fever. Now, Cities Skylines is a city builder game. Transport Fever is a network building game. So if you like Cities Skylines, you may just like this game. And you know what? It's actually really very pretty as well when you get in very close. So there you go. Tonight, 6 o'clock, Friday Fever with me, BonBonB. And so on with today's map. Now today's map was requested a while ago. It's Eden 2.0 by CL Edwards. I see what you did there with the 3, my friend. Now the original map that was requested was Eden, but it's been updated since, so I have chosen the updated map. The original one didn't have a highway connection in the start square. This one has, which is good. Apparently the river's been upgraded too. There's your resources, a little bit splitchy. Okay, nothing wrong with that really. And then off to the workshop and see what we need for Eden 2.0, and the answer is nothing at all. It tells us a little bit about what the updates have been since the original map. But yes, with no highway connection in the original map, that would have been a bit of a downer. But hopefully it's going to be a little bit better. Now, the roads, the highways on this, they drift apart and come together, but you know what? In a way that I kind of like. Okay, it looks a bit jinky-janky there, but it's not. But yeah, they're not parallel, but they're not parallel in a kind of like, in a pleasing way. It's a gentle drifting. Then we get a little cut through here, through this cutting, and that's very nice as well. Glad to see that just not go over the mountain. It's a little bit glitchy down the middle, but it's not too bad. And then they drift apart properly. We get one road that goes off to the left, we'll come across to this right one. Now we've got the suspension bridge that's automatically generated for this, and no, just no. I'd like to see it elevated a little bit more, but that's just a bit of an overkill and a suspension bridge there. If we come this way, now the bridge over on this side is much nicer. We have elevated it, there is no suspension, and that's much nicer. In fact, that's not bad at all. Now, the 2 roads come back together at this point, and we got a little bit of glitchy in the middle there, just a zigzaggy going on. Just could have leveled those 2 roads out a bit. Now, this next bit is a little bit ugly, if I'm honest with you. Got the rail coming over. We'll look at the rail in a minute. These 2 highway bridges, they elevate. Do they need to elevate as much as that? I don't really know. And then they drop down a bit horridly on the other side as well. There are better ways of doing that, but if we pull back and have a look at the start square, there's your start location, which isn't too bad. That's quite pleasing. We'll have a look at the rail going back the way we came, so this way, and then we get this this hall up here, the Planet Coaster style climb there, before dropping back down on the other side for a split moment. So we go back to ground, and then we climb back up again to get over the highway, but way too high. I mean, that's ridiculously high over the highway before a nice gentle slope back down to the ground on the other side. That could be better. That could be better. And if we follow the rail along, we've got a nice little cutting down there. It's nice and smooth, well within game tolerances, I would suggest there. Good height on the bridge over the gorge there as well. And then the rail cuts around this way and cuts through, cutting through the hill there as well. That's all very nicely done. Now it gets a bit boring and you think, yes, we're going to go straight to the asset review, but I'm going to take this advantage of showing you what I did. It was about a 2 or 3 minute job just tidying up that road and rail connection that we were just looking at. So where we had the rail going over the road, I've now got it going under the road. Yes, it's not perfect, but I wasn't going to spend ages just doing this. Just wanted to show you what I feel could have been a better job. Having gone under, stays low, goes over the river there. I've brought down the height of the bridge as well, and then on the other side bring it down to ground level and tapering the road down as nice and smoothly like that into the start square. I think that's 100 times better. It's still away from anything that I'd be personally very proud of, but I think that's a much better than having the rail going over the highway. Anyway, it's time to do. And so off to Assetville for today's asset, which is by Alitar GZ, or Alitar GZ. I'm not entirely sure what the GZ is for, but there we are. It is the Nova City High School. It's a very modern looking concrete build high school with all the plastic cladding on the outside. And if I'm honest with you, and I'm talking about the building and not the asset here, I hate these. I've got one just down the way from me, and I think they're ugly. I mean, look at the windows on the back. I mean, modern, yes, and nothing wrong with this particular model. I think the model is excellent. I just hate this style of building. It's just supposed to look pleasing and nice and modern and fresh and innovative and all that sort of stuff. And honestly, it just looks like a lump of concrete with stuff stuck on the outside. I don't like these buildings, although I do like this asset. Nova City High School by Alitar GZ. Today's asset of the day. Oh yeah. And off to Themington Island, where this week we're looking at the theme Ping by The Ping with the satellite LUT and the sand on this one. Can't quite see it so well at night because the lights are dim, of course, but we do have to have a look at these things with the lights on and the lights off because people want to know what it looks like at different times of day, of course. Right, let's do some factoids, just a couple today, how about that? King George II. We do seem to have an awful lot of King George type factoids out of this book, don't we? He was very unfortunate. He passed away by, after falling off of the toilet. Not necessarily by falling off of the toilet, but after falling off of the toilet. Right, speaking of death, like a little bit of death, don't you? Peers of the Realm, who had been sentenced to hang, had the right to be hung or hanged by a silken rope and not the common hemp variety. It makes all the difference, you know. Not chafing around the neck now, goodness me. Anyway, back to Eden 2.0 by C.L. Edwards. The shipping route looks a bit dangerous. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, and I'm not marking it down for this. I'm not, but yeah, it gets rather close to those rocks. It's a bit scary. I wouldn't want to be a shipping captain getting that close to those rocks. Over this side, we follow it along here. Round there, that's good. Through that little, yeah, I mean, once again, as a shipping captain, you wouldn't want to do that, but hey, there's nothing wrong with it. Let's have a look at the water flow. We've got water coming down from the mountains. It's all river network, and it's all flowing. I can't really grumble about the water flow on this map. It's just all flowing. You can use it, and you can play with it. And so the water enters the sea, and the sea motion is very light, so be using those rivers, guys, I would suggest. Now, the map's quite dark. I haven't quite worked out why we get these dark maps somehow. Maybe it's European settings does this, but temperate doesn't or something. I haven't worked it out yet. I'm sure I will one day. The mountains look amazing. It looks like a terrain party map that has been tidied up and suitably enough. The problem with the map isn't so much the actual terrain work. It's the theme. I would have liked to have seen actually a custom theme used for this one, because the vanilla theme is, let's face it, it's ugly. Yeah, it's an ugly theme. It's actually quite nice. I would imagine if I'd run this map with a custom theme, a more modern theme, I think this would probably look quite nice. But unfortunately, we have to run with what's suggested by the map creator, and nothing was suggested, so vanilla it is. We've got some water glitching with those rocks there, and that, I'm afraid, is quite a bad detailing issue, because although the map creator would probably argue there's nothing I could do about it, well, there is kind of. There are always things that you can do. You might get unlucky. You might get unlucky when I load up a map and have one little bit of water glitching that you could never recreate. But clearly, the amount of water glitching there with the rocks, that is a bit of a problem with this particular map. So, yes, it's something that could have been worked on. Just bring the rocks up slightly, maybe have been the answer. Anyway, let's have a look at some ratings for this map. Aesthetically, I think it had potential for possibly being a 4-star map. At best it's a 3, but honestly, I think the theme, or the lack of a decent custom theme on this one, really brings it down, and I just don't get, I'm not sold on it at all. It's 2 stars. Detailing, on the whole, actually, having moaned about that, the road and the rail bit there, on the whole, it's not bad. I can't give it a 4th star because of that. It was just horrible, wasn't it? The rail over the road. But I can give this a sound 3 stars for detail. And as for gameplay potential, well, the old map, which didn't have the highway connection at the start, was a big problem. I think it would definitely suit a second highway connection, but I'm going to give it 3 stars. Your second highway connection might have brought it up to 4. I think it just sells itself short a little bit on connections there. Eden 2.0 by C.L. Edwards is today's map. And, do you know what? It's actually bordering on being something quite nice. Second highway connection, decent theme. I think maybe. Could you update that again to a 3.0, Edwards? And maybe I'll have a look at that, because I think we're bordering on something very nice there. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tonight for Transport Fever and tomorrow for more What Map. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day.